Hey guys, it's Arden coming back with your regularly scheduled hardcore Minecraft programming. So, we jump right back into our world. And what were we doing? That's right. Flint and flint accessories have been acquired. We've got arrows, and now we're gonna do something. We're gonna go and raid this nether portal, but I don't even have any blocks to build there, so that's not perfect. Do I have anything I need to cook? I do not. We're just gonna grab some dirt real quick. All right, that should be enough. So when we were out here the last time, of course, the rain came tumbling, and it was time for us to be more careful. Again, I don't know what goes on in the deeps, but I know guardians are real, and I know that there's all sorts of annoying things that can end your hardcore run right in its tracks if you don't pay attention to it. So just keeping visibility around us. Got to make sure that we don't get waylaid by, any creatures of the sky or massive krakens or anything ridiculous like that. Okay, the zooming sound is the sound of those magma jets vents trying to steal my boat. So rather than have that happen, we're just going to avoid it a little bit. And I don't think I'm ever gonna learn how to build in the third person. But we're just gonna come up here, pop the top off real quick, take the gold block, and carry on. I need to make a pillar, but I mean I don't really, because it doesn't matter where I am. Do I have a? Yeah, I got my bed, I got my compass, and actually this will be. Yep. So we can just go around the outside here, trying to get a little bit closer to home. That looks like the sea lanterns of an ocean monument, so we're gonna skirt it a little bit, because yep, that is definitely an ocean monument. And there we go. There's the Guardian in the far distance. It looks like it is brawling with something, but we're gonna be far enough away where it won't even notice us. Oh my God! There's like eight or 10 guardians there. It looks like just a very large amount. Certainly not a thing that you would want to be coming upon by surprise, but just paying a little bit of attention to the light, it allows you to skirt the danger. And of course, moving quick is the number one defense against monsters in this game, because they, besides Enderman, aren't really as quick as you are. And speaking of Enderman, I need to get my act together and get some water on me. And this is just going to be for general security, of course, because when you have water, you can beat a hasty retreat off the side of a cliff. There's a lot of things that you have access to. I'm down to one torch, which isn't great. There's not enough room on my heart bar for all of the dreams that I have. And I'm just like sort of casually moving through a cave where there could have been a monster, but I'm much more cavalier about personal danger in these days. Yeah, I think it's definitely the hoe that we don't need on the bar. The torch is good to have. Yeah, so let's just break it down. You need like the basic tool set, but you don't really need the axe on the bar unless you're planning on needing it. We're just gonna go ahead and pick up some feathers real quick, because of course that's a resource that you can get without too much effort, but when you don't have any, you don't have any. So we're going to be able to run out of inventory space again. How marvelous. But how do you make a clock? Do you need gold bars to do it? Because I could make them. And if I had a clock, I could make moderately better choices about what I was doing with my time. But this is, yeah, this is on our way back to the Sunflower Plains. And there's the Cherry Grove up on top. So a good little adventure in that direction. Okay, don't like that. I must have just run into an outcropping. Thought I was getting jumped. So I think this time we'll just go further in this direction. Just sort of closer to spawn. And hey, one of our abandoned boats. Very nice. Or actually, this will be a good time to revisit this nether portal here, because I never found the chest. And to the best of my knowledge, they all have them. Okay, netherrack needs a pick. There we go. And we get plenty of flint. So now we're in, once again, the enviable position of being dumb and a golden apple. You know, I don't know what they're for. Unbreaking 3 pants. I think we just leave some of this junk in here because I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, we'll just leave the golden apple in here and maybe come back for it someday. No, I should pick up the golden apple. What if you can make something out of it? We'll put the rotten flesh in here so that it can be saved for the future. We're unlikely to need it, but there we go. Sometimes you just gotta believe in the structure of the game. You know, if you think there should probably be a chest in a place because there usually is one, you know, just poke around a little bit. And sometimes that's all you gotta do. Just believe a little bit more. So here we are in the middle of our little sunflower field. And because I leave my junk everywhere, we're now going to be able to, yeah, little block of gold. You know, whenever I was starting out doing this, I was thinking, man, this is like a really bad practice and pretty annoying. But now I'm thinking, you know, just leaving random junk everywhere that you're likely to go is smart and good, actually. Likely to lead to success. All right. I have not discovered what I have to do to make a clock. No, a clock would be in tools. Okay, 4 gold bars and a redstone dust. So my redstone would be on the island. Yeah, it'd be on the distant island, and then I would have to remember how to find it, which would be like finding some pillar and then going to the island there. This is why I should have made a pillar everywhere. But we're just going to go ahead and lay down for the night. A nice boring hardcore video. I don't think they can wake you up with monsters around you, just like over your bed. I haven't had it happen to me. I think I'm just gonna start seeing, you know. And anyway, we had plenty of light coverage. I wasn't worried about our position. Even if there were some creepers around, I would have felt fine about dealing with it in the short term. But now with a brace of arrows, and you know, we're just gonna get a little bit more experience, a little bit more wool. We could start leaving beds places, but no, I mean, where does it all end? Because now's the time to think about goals. You know, like what do I want to do with my game, that kind of thing. But you know, it's just the quest for villages is where it's got to be. That's got to be the organizing principle. And it would be better if I could just find like one kind of food to carry with me, but that's relatively unlikely. So we're just going to put all of our junk in here. Even the doors? No, not the doors. We might need them if we see a shipwreck. Flint and steel, I've literally never started a fire. We will carry the wool with us. Dirt we'll need for block reasons. Yep, there you go. I try to manage the inventory and end up with just like a ton of junk still in it, but you know, you can't change overnight. You only can change in agonizingly small amounts. And I need more torches, which means I need more coal. So we're just gonna jack these two out of their homes. And I think this is just a normal rainstorm. Yes. Situation normal rainstorm. Everything is all right. And we're just going to strike out on the ocean. In this direction this time. And, you know, maybe the Dark Forest is going to stretch in like every single direction on this world. That would be pretty amazing. But of course, last time we went and looked for the buried treasure in that direction. And this time we're going to go the opposite direction up this side of the coast. And just hoping to see the faraway lights of a village. Nine torches isn't that many torches. And did I leave home without wood? Yes. All right. So I need to real quick just grab a little bit of coal here and then chop a little bit of wood. All right. Much better. I feel fine about not having a ton of torches, but I really didn't like not having wood at all. Even with a bed, you know, it's good to have a couple of blocks. So I wouldn't have been able to make a crafting table if it came to it. And, you know, sometimes even a person like me could be well served by having access to a crafting table, even if they don't know how it works. But we're just going to go to cinematic boat view, as is tradition, and all right, looks like we found one. I don't know if I've ever, is that like a little castle? Like a little fortress turret? That is interesting. And a field of horses. All right. And here we go. All right, so we are at 1500, and then just like straight shot in this direction. Basically, all you have to do is go south and you'll get to this village. So we're just going to poke around a little bit and see what they've got. We've got a librarian. He's got 4 bookshelves and a lectern, and I will absolutely rob him someday. A book of flame. He buys paper, so that would be a one route to farming up. Emeralds. We'll, of course, take whatever avenue seems practical. What we're doing right here is just getting a little bit more light coverage for the outside. Villages tend to get monsters on the outskirts that can make some of your valuable villagers die, and, you know, just any of your villagers, regardless of your perceived social value of them. But what do we have here? Well, I've never seen one dude like this. This is a cleric. Okay, well, he sells redstone dust for an emerald, and he buys zombie flesh, so me and this guy are going to be quite close friends, I think. But I guess that's what this is. This is a cleric's tower, and it's awesome. Like, this is... I love this. We've got the whole world in front of us now. Is there another... There's another village up there. This is great. This is fantastic. We're going to be able to build a base here and really take advantage of all of this. We're going to be able to start making a lot of beds, start planting a lot of wheat. Oh, these videos are about to get real boring because, of course, I'm sort of duty bound to record all of the hardcore that I play. 4 emeralds. Very nice. Iron Golem, don't mind me. I don't think there's like a rule against robbery. I think like you're allowed to do it, right? Because these are villagers and they're happy to help with the great enlightening effort. That's the effort to light the world. We've got pigs there underneath a tree. This is a cool little village. I'm sure it's a pretty normal one, but I don't know that I found one quite like it before. Apples and potatoes, blah blah blah, just a bunch of junk. We'll come back and thoroughly rob them at a later date. So we've got a library and a cleric tower, and then your sort of run-of-the-mill farmers. What do they want to buy? Carrots and wheat. Those are all right. It's just the one cleric, all right. And what was the what's this thing even called? What do we do? Oh, okay. Brewing stand, I guess, is how you do alchemy. Well, I will definitely have time to experiment with that at a much later date. But we'll just poke around a little bit more. We've got a beautiful sort of sunflower field here. It's getting on that time of day when the villagers mill about their bells and say hello to each other. I like, their little cultural ways. It's nice to see how they develop their sense of community in an unforgiving and vast and sometimes incomprehensible world. But one of the things that, brings them together is their community. It's very important. You can tell when they all stand around chirping at each other that they care deeply about the lives that they are building. And that's, that's an inspiration. The villagers are, kind of long-suffering in a lot of ways. But, okay, so this village is split level. And this is awesome, so we could just set up in the middle, just sort of chop the top off of that hill maybe to make a house. Fill in some of these areas. Spend a lot of time getting light. We'll need to go get some spruce trees to set up. It's gonna be boring. It's gonna be great. There are just an absolute ton of animals here already. There's a lava bath, a hot spring, and oh no. Oh, that's an Enderman, actually. I don't have to be afraid because it's raining, but I don't want to taunt him anyway. But the important thing is that if you notice the brief moment when their eyes are alight, then you can get out of there without upsetting them. This village is a death trap, and these people just desperately need me to help them out. This foundation is unconnected. I bet there was an argument in the past where, like, a legendary architect and a legendary stonemason and, of course, their spiritual advisor, the cleric, all got into a big argument. And then the cleric is like, I'm going to stay in this town that you built. And then they had to come to this one. But they were really sad, because the cleric told really good bedtime stories and that kind of thing. And they fell to infighting, as often happens in these fractious communities. They lost the methods by which they normally knew how to build and exercise their trades, and now they're in this bizarre place with an amateur anthropologist sort of running around in their houses, knocking down the doors and taking all their stuff, as one does. And it occurs to me that really they only need one torch on each of these things, so that's another good thing to get from a village. Mark that down. Whoa, boy! So, a literal death trap. They were exiled to this place, uh, and clearly they were not meant to survive. This is just an absolutely insane place to expect these poor villagers to be able to make it. So I'm taking it upon myself to fix some of the psychic community holes that have been left from these long ago disagreements. I I just feel really bad for these people, because you can be trying to mind your own business, and then an insane hole opens up into the earth. Oh, there's a fire. I need to fight the fire. But anyway, this is, it couldn't be more clear that I'm supposed to. Oh, okay, the flames knock up a little bit, and that will lead to fire eventually. We're going to. We're going to push it back a little bit. I bet that's not going to help at all. It's not going to help at all. But all right, but I am learning how the sourcing works. So it doesn't retain its source properties. Lava doesn't whenever it goes back in after being interrupted. So what we've done now is make a lava freeway. Unsure if that's going to be useful in any way. We'll have to figure that out later. But we'd be able to take this down all the way. I don't think I want to go. I say as I go. This is actually a hilarious ready-made chicken coop. But it would take too much effort to light it. So I think we will just sort of make a shocking feat of athleticism, make our way up, and yeah, well, this has been unqualified success. We've got all of these wheat things, so we're going to be able to loot this. This turns into our entire underpinning for our not our fields, but our animals. So we're going to be able to get a sheepfold. I'm going to be able to get pink dye because of the cherry trees, so I can have like a bunch of pink sheep. That'd be pretty fun. And this is going to let us get a large-ish amount of emeralds. First order of business is, do we get toolsmiths or do we get armor smiths? We need to get both of them leveled up. And the first cats of our hardcore world, they fear me. I don't have any fish for them today, but I will definitely make it my goal to get some fish for them so that they'll see that I am their friend, always their friend, never their foe. But yeah, there we go. In searching for one village, we found two. And they're like in the shadow of this valley, so I don't even think they would be able to see the other one. Yep, you would just here over the top, you can see just distantly that single one here. So this is 900 out. There was something white moving in the distance here. That was either a golem or, okay, just a sheep. And then there's a cat. Okay, it goes even further up. That was what I would have seen from far away then. Yep, this place up here on the mountainside. So is this like a whole nother village? Well, this is where the bells are. This is a shocking amount of straw bales. So each of these is 9 wheat. So having 32 of them already, 288. So like just a huge amount of wheat. That's enough to get a field of cattle that is entirely respectable. Dog! A lot of dogs. Here, have a raw chicken, dog. Who's a good boy? Steaks? Does dog want steak? You know, they were excited about the steak for a second, but ultimately, I didn't care. Is it bones? I think it's bones. Yeah, that's right. But there are just a lot of them up here. I think they, you know, they probably can turn hostile. There's a huge group of them. Sort of afraid of how many there are. But if they don't jump me, they should be okay. They're not attacking the villager. But yeah, I think, you know, it's either a pack of dogs or a pack of wild wolves. And, you know, you figure out one and then the other. So if we take a straight shot from here, we end up back at spawn. And, well, that'll be what we do in the next video. You know, we'll be making the journey back. Need to get some bones from one of my places to get these wolves with us. And, yeah, we'll set up probably right in the middle of these two areas in these plains. And just do what I normally do, which is gather resources and ramp up production, that kind of thing. I think we'll go with Armor Smith first. And that's just because, you know, survivability better than tool efficiency. But I might reevaluate that. Because you know, as another consideration, if I just, like, get a good axe, then cutting down wood will be faster forever for that reason. So you sort of have to weigh your efficiency with that regard. But now, yep, so we're in a fantastic spot. We've got a double village and plenty of expansion room between them. We can make this one bigger in that direction in that village. We've got all of that area there. And yeah, wonderful. Plenty of cats to scare away the enemies. Plenty of dogs to occasionally get really angry. Do cats and dogs fight? Do they play with each other? He is zooming around. I think he's running away from me. But yeah, you know, I could have been like mining through this instead of looking around, but I like looking around. And I can't like help thinking that these dogs are gonna jump me. I don't know why. I've seen their eyes turn red before, but it was usually when they were like killing my sheep. Alright, so basically what we've got going on is everything that I ever wanted. This is what I needed to happen, and it's what I found, so now I just gotta decide what I'm gonna do with it, you know. We've got pumpkins over there. There's a cherry biome to build a house in. There's cats to tame, there's dogs to tame, there's villages to befriend and level up. And just an absolute ton of hay. I'm going to be able to get probably enough leather for... so enchanting table, that'll be the first real priority I need to do. I just need to get a couple of diamonds and a few more obsidian, and then I'll be able to enchant. And then if I just get... we'll cycle a lectern until I get a librarian of mending, and then, yep, that'll be a good plan. I knew it. I was like, in one of these careless areas, there will be an enemy. But, you know, these villagers are very brave to build here. There's no telling what is in the deep. But you know, they don't mind. And that's the thing about Minecraft is sometimes you get stuck on a roof. Oh, they're legit stuck. These poor sods. Look, get off of the roof. You, get off. Get off of the roof. Well, you know, they can do what they want. I'm not going to die out here. We're going to close the door on the day and lay down, and that'll be that. You know, I was thinking this is going to be a quick video, and then I kept on finding more things, so there you go. As common a tale as there can be for me in this game. So, yeah, awesome. We've got pumpkins. There are root vegetables to get seeds for. There's a zombie on fire over there. That's not ideal. Okay. He has finished being set aflame, so that's good. Yeah, we'll mop up our creeper enemies here real quick. The thing about skeletons is they're really good archers at close range and terrible archers at length, which is funny because that's usually, you know, not how a video game character would be, but they just cycle through the aiming pretty quick. I don't think he's going to be able to see me here. But if they interact with each other, they could still pop, and that would be pretty embarrassing. All right, there we go. So what we have here is, yeah, they just wouldn't have been able to even physically get up. They have like a sort of sketchy area there where they're not able to make the last jump. There's a lot of experience. Idiot. Not going to get me. I said there's a lot of experience down there, so I am going to break a block to get down, but I'm going to make sure to create the impassable gap whenever I leave. So there we go. Get my experience orbs. And now we're just going to dirt it up a little bit more. And they should still not be able to get out. So there we go. Of course, if a villager falls down, well, that'll be a thing that we'll have to deal with on a later date. But that'll sort of give us a little bit more security there. This bow, you know, I don't think I'm ever going to run out of the bow durability so much as I'm going to continually run out of arrows. But once I get a couple of farms set up, we'll be in better shape. And third village. We have now found the third village in this small area here. So this is pretty legendary seed. You know, you can't beat it. And in the next video, we'll go and adventure. What is going on? Is this the coolest place in the whole world? All right, so there's savannah over in that direction. We've got a big mountain. We've got another. Yep, there's a structure there. So there's going to be a village there and a village there, a village here, 4 villages, all within eyeshot here, and just a really incredible spawn. You can't beat this for uniqueness and beauty. This is really cool. I'm so happy that I played enough games of Minecraft to find this one. You know, it's probably only like the 20th world I've ever spun up because I played a bunch of normal worlds at the very beginning and died ingloriously. But anyway, been rambling long enough. It's about time for me to actually end this one. But when we come back to the next video, we'll go and visit those 2 other villages, see what's going on there. Perhaps they have a cleric as well. Maybe they have engineering problems and hot springs and stuff going on, and we'll be able to see. But until then, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Hardcore Minecraft Village Seeking Edition.